Hi, I'm Terry Brock. You know the importance of video. It's something I've been talking about for a long time. And the way you can use it in business is incredible. We're seeing more and more people using that. Once you get past the, wow, it's the initial video, I can see you, you need to look at some serious business applications. And one of those, a little tool I'm going to give you right now and tell you about that can give you a real competitive advantage is a backdrop. And to tell us about that, I've invited Steve Frank to join us, who's joining us right now from Baltimore. His company is Clearview Innovations. Steve, thanks for being with us today.
Great. Hi, Terry. Good morning. Thank you.
Well, I got to tell you, I love what you're doing. I'm using the backdrop right now. I've got this behind me, and you have it behind you also. We want to talk about this, which is really important. It's almost something we think, well, why would I need that? Until you start using video in business. I've seen it as some amazing capability that it gives. Tell me a little bit about the backdrop, what you have, and how businesses can use this.
Sure. Hi. Again, Steve Frank from Baltimore. Thank you for having me, Terry. Basically, it's a very simple concept, and it's a backdrop, which basically is your background when you're using video.
You're using it right now. You're there. I'm hearing a few little noises in the background. Where are you?
Sure. Well, I'm at FedEx Kinko's in Baltimore, where I was able to hook up my laptop and a webcam to the internet. And that's where we felt would be a good place to demonstrate the benefits and features of this backdrop.
Yeah, so right now we didn't know where you were. We see the background, it's very nice, but we also know, okay, there's some other noises, some other voices in the background. That's okay. The beauty of your backdrop is it opens up a world of possibilities for using video and creating video where you might not be able to otherwise.
Yeah, and in particular, when I do describe this backdrop, I describe it as a portable video backdrop, and portability is a key. Most professional photographers and videographers have backdrops that they use when they go out on location or they have in studios. My impression is that they're usually larger and involve more equipment and take longer to put together. But for somebody who is using video for their own webinar or for video conferencing or calling, even for recording YouTube videos, they don't need something quite as big. So this is a backdrop which goes up to about 6 feet by 6 feet, but the standard one is about 4 by 4, and it's on a simple stand and very collapsible. It's a single unit, just like a projection screen, a lot lighter though. And I chose particularly to come here to FedEx Kinko's because FedEx Kinko's, their tagline is "My Other Office," and we know there's thousands of them around the country, and portability is the key in business today. People can be anywhere, anytime. And this is a place where if you're on the road and you need to continue to have your weekly video conference call or your weekly webinar and keep consistency with your image and what it looks like, this is what you can do, is just hook up at a Kinko's or even in your hotel and you have the backdrop.
Well, Stephen, I see a lot of capabilities for this, and it really is good. Now, I want you to tell people a little bit about where this came from and your background, because it makes it very important as to why we need to use this, the backdrop in a business application. What was this developed in?
Sure. Well, I am a sign language interpreter for the deaf by profession, and I've been doing that for about 20 years. And more so recently, in the last 10, 15 years, video has become very important for deaf people and interpreters to be able to communicate remotely using sign language.
Yeah, it would seem like it's going to be important. Now, you illustrated something to me, and I was just amazed at it. When you do sign language, it's very important to have the backdrop so that we can see your hands more clearly. Matter of fact, I'm not going to let you get away without doing something. Just say something to us in sign language, and of course, tell us what it is. And that was very good. Although, what was it that you said there?
Sure. I just said, hello, good morning, my name is Steve. And the reason that I and other people felt that this backdrop was important was that to be able to see the hands and the face of the signer with good contrast is vital for deaf people. And in most situations when they were using video, they were using it at home or locations where in the background there was glare, there was motion, there was clutter or distractions that denigrated the quality of the picture. So something as simple as just replacing that background with a solid color like this that contrasts with the hands and the face is very much improved the quality of the conversation that people had with each other. Now, one way to actually transfer that into the larger business world and to the general population is that if there are entrepreneurs or that want to display their products over the internet through video, they can simply just have it in their hands. It could be, who knows, a telephone, some type of rotor or widget, as we all say, and they could show it in their hands, and it can have clear contrast in the background rather than somehow getting lost in there. So
exactly. As an example, for instance, I'm holding up my little calculator right now. Because it's against the backdrop, you can see it more clearly this way than if there was a more busy background of a natural setting. This way I can do it. And of course, the beauty of video, I can hold it up closer. I can go see right here or come back, going back and forth. But with the backdrop, it gives me the ability to increase the clarity of communication. Right. That's important in business. We're able to communicate more, and that's one of the reasons why, and I'm a huge fan of this, and those of you watching the video will know that this is very important. It gives me the ability to do more, and a big factor for me in business is using this screen, the one that, Steve, that you sent me. This one I can use with 2 people. I can then do an interview, and think about that for business benefits. If you're thinking, okay, well, how would I do it in a video? Well, you find a customer for a testimonial, and you can go to that customer's location, and maybe the background doesn't look as good or they don't want you shooting something. No problem. You set this up with a microphone to record back and forth. And again, the real benefit I see of the Clearview innovation and the kind of information we have here with this is it gives you the ability for portability. Real easy to pick it up, carry it around, move it here and there, and so it's something that gives a real advantage. So, Steve, I hope you don't mind, but I love what you're doing. The product you've got is great.
Well, I appreciate that, and I know that you're using that for that particular use, and I was excited the other day to get an email from Australia, of all places, from the Economic Development Corporation of the area, I guess they call it the state of Queensland, and
yes.
They are working very hard to learn about the local economy and help people get jobs, such that they wanted to be able, they're setting up a program where these officials there are going to be going out to different businesses in the community and interviewing what they called leaders or thought leaders in the world, in that industry, and they want to be able to conduct a series of interviews, and felt that the backdrop would be useful for them to be able to do that throughout their state in Australia. So right now we're going through the process of figuring out how to get them the backdrop as quickly and as inexpensively as possible.
Yes, well, you've got some great opportunities. Well, I know those watching the video right now are thinking, okay, this looks good. I want to get some more information. Steve, where's the best place for them to go to find out more about this?
Sure. The company name, again, is Clearview Innovations. So the website is www.clearviewinnovations.com, or the other site, which is the same, is CVI Gear. So www.cvigear.com.
Very good. All right. Well, then we can hear the folks there at Kinko's in the background that are buzzing about. Little do they know that we're creating a world-class video here using our backdrops, and that's a great little tool. And those of you watching, this is a real important consideration for you. Now that you're using video, you're using it, you're seeing the advantages of business in using video, take it to the next step and get a competitive advantage. Very reasonably priced. It's something that is useful and can set you apart from the competition in a very professional way. I'm Terry Brock. Steve Frank, thank you very much for being with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you, Terry.